In the quiet town of Villisca, southwest Iowa, a horrifying crime shattered the community between the evening of June 9, 1912, and the early morning of June 10, 1912. 8 people were discovered brutally murdered in the Moore residence, 6 of whom were members of the Moore family, and the other 2 were young houseguests. All victims, including 6 children, suffered severe head injuries inflicted by an axe. Despite extensive investigations and trials, the crime remains unsolved. The Moore family consisted of parents Josiah B. Moore, aged 43, and Sarah Montgomery, aged 39, along with their 4 children, Herman Montgomery, aged 11, Mary Catherine, aged 10, Arthur Boyd, aged 7, and Paul Vernon, aged 5. The Moores were well known and beloved in their community. On June 9, 1912, Mary Catherine invited her friends, Ina May, 8, and Lena Gertrude Stillinger, 12, for a sleepover at the Moore residence. That evening, after attending a church program organized by Sarah Moore, the Moores and their guests returned home around 9:45 to 10 p.m. The next morning, at 7 a.m., neighbor Mary Peckham grew concerned when she noticed that the Moores had not begun their usual morning chores. Peckham knocked on the door, but no one answered. Finding the door locked, she let out the Moore's chickens and called Josiah's brother, Ross Moore. Ross received no response to his knocks and used his spare key to enter the house while Peckham waited on the porch. Inside, Ross discovered the gruesome scene: the bodies of Ina and Lena Stillinger in the guest bedroom. Immediate contact was made with Hank Horton, the primary peace officer in Villisca, who arrived shortly after. Horton's search revealed that all members of the Moore family and the Stillinger girls had been bludgeoned to death. The murder weapon, an axe belonging to Josiah, was found in the guest room. Medical examinations determined that the murders occurred between midnight and 5 a.m. Investigators suggested that the killer had hidden in the attic, attacking the family as they slept. Josiah and Sarah were struck first in their main bedroom, with Josiah receiving multiple blows that disfigured him completely. The killer then moved to the children's rooms, dispensing the same method of attack before returning to inflict additional blows on the parents. Finally, the killer descended to the guest room, where Ina and Lena were killed. It was believed that all victims except Lena Stillinger were asleep during the attacks. Lena appeared to have been awake and attempted to resist, as her body showed a defensive wound. Disturbingly, her nightdress was pulled up, leading investigators to speculate attempted sexual assault. Over time, numerous suspects emerged, including Reverend George Kelly, Frank F. Jones, William Mansfield, Loving Mitchell, and Henry Lee Moore. George Kelly was known to have attempted murder twice before.